In this episode of Joe Nye, the Math Guy, we will use simple math to dissect this recent statement made by Vice President Kamala Harris to see just how much 78,000 pounds of baby formula is, and more importantly, just how long that will last.
The first military plane landed yesterday with more than 70,000 pounds of specialty formula.
Whew! Problem solved. I feel better. Do you feel better, camera lady?
I feel better.
Not so fast. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or have a PhD from Harvard to figure this one out. Well, maybe these days you do, seeing how the population has been dumbed down. First bit of information we need to solve this math equation is how many babies are actually in the United States. As you can see, in 2018, the last year the CDC provided full statistical data, we had 3,791,000 babies born in the United States. Now, these numbers do not take in consideration all the babies that are here, but were not born here. Can anyone say open southern border? But let's just stick with the number for our video's sake and go with the statistics of 3,791,000 babies born given to us by our all-caring, all-loving U.S. government. What we have to do first is figure out how many babies use baby formula exclusively compared to mothers who breastfeed solely. So, as you can see from these figures here, also provided by the CDC, the number of babies who are entirely breastfed for the first 3 months of their lives is 46.3%. And that number drops dramatically to only 25.8% at 6 months. What we have to do is make an average percentage to get a working number for our math calculation. The way you do that is add up to 46.3% of babies breastfed exclusively for the first 3 months to 25.8% of babies breastfed the first 6 months, and you come up with 72.1%. Next, you have to divide that by 2 to get an average, and in this case, that's 36.05%. But for simplicity's sake, let's just round that down to 36%. To figure out how many babies rely exclusively on baby formula, you multiply the 3,791,000 babies born by 64% that need daily subsistence, and you have a whopping 2,426,240 babies that depend on baby formula daily to survive. That's a lot of babies. Next, we have to ascertain how long does a pound of baby formula last one baby. We can see from these directions that 1 can, or roughly a pound, makes about 90 ounces of baby formula. Now, to make this work, we need to see just how much the average baby needs daily. And by looking at this chart, a 10-pound baby consumes anywhere from 20 to 25 ounces of baby formula daily. Let's split that down the middle and go with an average of 22.5 ounces a day, shall we? So if you divide the 22.5 ounces daily by the 90 ounces a pound of baby formula makes, 1 pound will last the average baby roughly 4 days. We're getting close to the end, so bear with me for just 1 more minute. Now, to figure out just how much these babies consume is we have to take 2,426,240 babies relying on baby formula to live, and you divide that by 4, the length 1 pound lasts, and we see that every day 606,560 pounds of baby formula are consumed by American babies. That's a lot of formula. Next, we divide the 606,560 pounds used daily by 24, the number of hours in a day, and that comes to an astounding 25,273 pounds used hourly in the United States alone. Final step. To see what dent the 78,000 pounds of baby formula our powers in Washington claim to solve the baby formula crisis, we simply divide the 78,000 pounds provided by this administration by the 25,273 pounds needed hourly, and that comes to just 3.086 hours, or about 3 hours and 5 minutes. A mere drop in the bucket. So the next time you hear a number like this coming out of Washington, take a moment to do the math. It doesn't add up. It's simply a platitude, and it hasn't solved the problem at all.